We are at Education Essentials, which is the first section of Introduction to Education lecture. And let's start with the definition. Actually, it's my definition of education. According to me, education is the process and/or product of facilitating one's acquisition of KSAs, or knowledge, skills, and abilities. And most of you are familiar with formal education, which is a type of education or a part of education which is officially approved by a government or some accreditation body. So let's say if you studied at school program was approved by the government or some agencies. Some part of formal education, which is called compulsory education, is a mandatory. So usually it's imposed by the government and with some exceptions required of all people. So the formal education will include school and, let's say, university. But compulsory education usually includes just school or a part of the school. Fortunately or unfortunately, formal education is not the only. It's probably the lowest, the minor part of what we learn or how we learn or how we educate ourselves with someone's help or without. And let's say this lecture is not a part of formal education. If we will get to a more formal training, then it will be approved by somebody, accreditation body. But for now, right now, this lecture, no, it's not a part of a school program. It's not a part of a college. Just for you to get a glimpse of what we're about to offer. Every education has its objective. An educational objective is a goal of gaining specified knowledge, skills, and abilities by a learner as a result of specified learning activity or a set of activities. There is no one single classification of different objectives, but one, the most very popular, came from works of American educator whose name was Benjamin Bloom. And let's take a look at cognitive domain of Bloom's taxonomy of educational objectives. In the base of his pyramid, he put recognize and later understand, apply, further analyze, evaluate, and create. So recognize is the beginning. So let's say you're about to learn a new language, and initially you start recognizing some words. Hello, oh, hello, he said hello. So you can recall this word, you can define, probably it's a greeting. But you don't know what part of the speech it is. And later when you go, and why hello, you can go like to more understanding part. So then you can describe and you can identify. You can say, oh, hello is like informal greeting. There are more formal, like good evening or good afternoon. Then you can apply or start applying and apply another action verbs can be operate, use, execute. Later you can analyze, examine, test, organize. You can put, let's say, hello Jennifer or John, or you can say John hello. So you can test, examine, put in different parts. Then you can evaluate or evaluate, critique, say, oh, hello is probably it's not too appropriate. Here you probably need to say, good afternoon, Senator John Foster, or whatever. And at the top of the pyramid, right now it's create, which is design, formulate, propose. By the way, initially taxonomy proposed by Benjamin Bloom, the last two parts of the pyramid was revised. Initially it was synthesized and then evaluate, but it doesn't matter too much for our purposes. So As far as you know, we discussed only cognitive domain, but Benjamin Bloom identified three different domains, and they coincide with attitude. So we talked about cognitive domain, which deals with knowledge. Another domain is affective, which deals with emotions, and here we are developing skills through hands-on activities. Practice, you will get some emotions, or I like it, or I don't like it. Not just like cognition. And the last domain, Benjamin Bloom called it psychomotor domain, deals with actions. Once again, knowledge, emotions, and actions by Benjamin Bloom, they were divided in three different domains. So now we are ready to go to educational methods and hopefully see you soon. Bye-bye. I'm looking forward.